Social media, pop culture, navigating adulthood. If any of these words sound like a good time to you, then you're in the right place. Welcome to the Zillennial Girl Talk podcast. I'm your host Amanda, joined by my other host Siriana, and we're here to talk all about social media gossip, pop culture talk, how the heck to navigate adulthood, and much more. If this interests you, keep on listening.
Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back.
Hello.
Wait, I need to check if my speaker. Okay. I'm good now.
You're just a
I'm
mess
good.
today.
Yeah, I'm a mess. Like I need to get my shit together. Well, how are you?
Good. It is Tuesday,
Yes.
going through the week.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of been like an uneventful. No. Okay. So I actually on Saturday I had like plans for once. And so for lunch I had met up with a friend for sushi and I ate so much sushi
Oh.
and I loved it.
Is it all
And
you can
then-
eat, or was it like?
No, it was expensive though.
Oh, that's why I go to all you can eat, because I can eat a lot of sushi, but that shit's it's expensive.
Yeah, it's so good. So I went to sushi and then I went to dinner with a new friend. I'm like trying to be more social because I'm very like introverted, antisocial.
Me too.
And so one day I was at yoga and there was this girl that sat next to me and I was just like, let's start conversation. So I made conversation with her. This was like a couple weeks ago and like started talking. And then last week we went to yoga together too. And I was like, what are you doing this weekend? She's like, nothing. I'm like, do you want to go grab food? She's like, yeah. So like we went to like this place that has like a bunch of restaurants in it, but like also like has like a flower shop, a coffee shop, like a bar too. It's like this cool place. So we went there and like we got pasta and we just like talked forever.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about our boy problems and our traumas most of the
Love that.
time. And yeah, that took up like 3 hours of our time. But yeah, we did that and it was fun.
That's fun.
But yeah, I've just been like trying to be more social, focusing on school like always. So yeah,
School.
how about you?
I was on my March break, didn't do anything eventful. I was like every single okay, so my issue is I feel like I always have to be doing something, or I always have to be like productive in some way. So like I didn't really take the time that I had off to like do nothing. So I was just doing something every day, except one day I slept in, which was one thing that I did. But yeah, I don't know, I didn't really do much. I worked my part-time job, I did other things, I read a bit, and like that's literally it. And I was like, oh, now it's done, and I feel like I should have taken more time to like rest and chill, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we're kind of like, I don't know exactly when our spring break is, but I was supposed to have one class yesterday and I showed up, but I didn't realize that we weren't having class yesterday. So I was in the Zoom waiting room for like 5 minutes. I'm like, let me check the calendar.
That's fun.
And we don't have class until next week. But then I had a class last Wednesday and we don't have class until the end of the month. So I'm just like, when the heck is our spring break? It's
honestly, and when do you finish? Like
I finished like the first week of May.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I finish in like I have it on my countdown. Let me tell you. My last day of classes is in 36 days.
Which day ever. That
That's
feels
so scary.
so close.
I know. And then like this week I have 2 assignments due. And then I probably have more assignments due soon. And then I have my finals. And I'm like, oh my God, like.
How many weeks do you have left? Like 5?
So if we count it, do I count this week? Yeah, it's only Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like 1 class, because like we stop on the 13th and I have class Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but Wednesday's the 13th, so I only have 1 day, and then the other one's finished the week before. So technically, yeah, like 5 weeks in 1 class, which is scary.
Yeah,
that's really scary.
Yeah, I bet. Your last.
Yeah, because I'm just
ever?
like, oh, and like I was getting marks this week, and like they're not the best. Well, they're like I got B's and like everything that I did, and I was like, I don't give a shit, because I just need to pass. Like at this point, like to graduate, I just need to pass.
Yeah.
So B is good enough for me. I was like, yay, not failing.
Yeah, I'm kind of like on the opposite of that. I'm kind of so like when I was like getting my bachelor's, I wasn't like I didn't pay much attention to my grades as long as I passed.
Mm-hmm.
And my GPA was shit until I had to bring it up for grad school. And so like I spent like the last year and a half of my undergrad just like busting my ass to bring up my GPA. And then so I got it out to like at least did like a 3 point something. And then now, this is my fourth semester of grad school, and I've kept my 4.0, and it's just like so hard to keep it because right now I have one class that I'm not doing too hot in, and
Mhm.
I'm just like, but also that class we've done just like a bunch of like little assignments, not our big projects yet, and that's what like takes up most of our points. So I'm just like, I better do it on these projects that I need to keep my 4.0 because normally
Mhm.
I'm not like that, but for some reason now that I have it, I don't want it to go down.
Yeah, I mean, I only have a 3.0 and I only got that last semester because I think I brought it up before, but yeah, like when you screw up your like GPA once, it's like hard to bring it back
Bring it up.
up.
Yeah.
So yeah, like my first semester, I didn't even know what the fuck a GPA was, and I was just like, doing school, and I was like, I don't even want to be here. So I got like C's and B's. So like I think my GPA was like a 2.5. So then I had to bring it up. So I finally got it up to a 3.0. So like I want to graduate with a 3.0. So I can't get anything less than a B, which I haven't gotten yet. So hopefully,
Well, also like Canada's grading system is a whole lot different
Mhm.
than our grading system, and I feel like, I mean, for me at least, it would be harder to like to fail than to pass. If you know what I mean.
Like if you
Because
fail, like you have to like really like
yeah,
do bad.
exactly. But like here, it's like I think to pass a class, you have to have like a 73 or above.
Okay.
But like I don't know
Yeah.
how it is for you.
60 something.
As long as you get that degree.
Exactly. And then I'm out. I saw you picked a song. I before I sent the link, I was like, oh, did she pick a song? And you did.
Story of my life.
I never heard of it, so you can tell us about it.
Oh yeah, I guess okay. I guess I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked Roses by Gashi. I think that's how you say it, Gashi. I don't know if you can hear my dog squeak in the
I
background.
hear a bit.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I picked that song. It's been on my playlist for a while, and I like it just like came up on my shuffle this morning, and it's just like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like I think it's more indie,
Okay.
like indie R&B, and so yeah. Sorry, my dog's just
Okay.
going crazy.
I picked a song, obviously. It's
Obviously.
called it's called Weatherman by Eddie Benjamin. So this guy's actually opening for Justin Bieber. So I was like listening to the opener's music because I was like, okay, like I don't want to sit down there and like not know anything. But he's actually really good. I guess I would say he's like an indie artist. And do you know Maddie Ziegler or Ziegler? I don't know. It's her boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that until I followed him on TikTok and I was like, oh, she's like in every TikTok. And then I found out they're dating. Yeah, he has like a really like unique, like soft voice. So that song is good and I picked it. Yeah.
So speaking of Justin Bieber,
Oh, yeah.
do you want to discuss what you have done?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was on my mind for such a long time. Like, I was like, I always wanted to like see Justin Bieber at Madison Square Garden, like ever since his like Never Say Never movie came out when I was like 16. And I never like got the chance to go because like obviously when I'm 16, like I don't have money to buy a concert ticket to fly to New York, have like. So this year I was like, I really want to do it. Like, I don't know when he'll like tour again. Like, like I don't know. Like it probably is his last tour for a while. And I was like looking at tickets, and then last night, like every time I would click on a ticket, it'd be like someone beat you to it. And I was like, what's happening? And then I was like, oh, no, no, no. Like I need a ticket right now because like I will forever regret it if I had the chance to buy one and go and didn't get one. So I bought a ticket. So yeah, I'm gonna see him in June at Madison Square Garden.
So how many Justin Bieber concerts are you going to?
3, which isn't that bad. There's this girl, me with my fucking there's this girl on Twitter. I mean, good for her. She's living out my actual dream, but she's going to 32 shows. 32. And she doesn't live here. She's from the UK. She's here
How do you
for it.
have money for that?
And you want to know the best part? She had 4 meet and greets. And meet and greet was 1,500 USD. So yeah. So I'm like, that makes me feel better about my 3 tickets. But
32 and then 4 meet and greets.
mhm.
And then just thinking of that, plus like hotels, plus like traveling.
Yeah. And like she obviously needs food. And like because I follow her on Instagram, because I want to see what she's doing. And like between the shows, she's like doing things too. So like I mean, I know like this tour came out like 2 years ago, but like how much money did you save in 2 years? to like miraculously like just like live your life.
Like also I'm trying to like do the math and just
Oh,
think.
on tickets at least over like 20K. Because like those 4 meeting greets alone,
It's like
1.5 USD is like
that's
$6K
$6,000.
already. And like I don't know if that includes tax or not. And
Probably
then
not.
there's like tickets for
Back
32
also.
shows,
Yeah.
which like at least is like, if so far her seats have been really close. So I'm assuming she paid around 500. Because that's what I paid. So I'm assuming if she paid the same amount as me, you know. So like that's already like, I don't know how to do that.
$15,000.
Yeah, so definitely $20,000.
So that plus what 6.5. That's 21.
Yeah, so
Oh my god. And
that's just on tickets.
tickets.
She bought merch. I mean, see, like me talking like this, but she's like low-key, like if I had money, I'd probably be doing the same thing. But it's just like as someone who
I'm
doesn't
just like
have
wondering
that much
like
money.
how.
Yeah,
Like what is her job? I need that.
yeah, me too. I need that job. I wonder, maybe she's working on the go too. Like, I don't know because I don't really talk to her. I just found out she was going to that many shows because someone tweeted about it. And then it like blew up on Twitter. And then I followed her on Instagram because I was like, I kind of want to see like the shows and stuff. But yeah, I was like, wow. But maybe she's working while she's there. I don't know.
And then just like plane tickets from like stop to stop to stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like,
and she's coming to my shows, like all 3 of the shows I'm going to, obviously she's going to be at.
so like how many like shows do they have in North America? Do you know?
Let's look at the picture. Justice. I think he has a lot of shows. 1, 2, 3, 4, oh my god, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 in one row, and there's 3 rows. So 17 times 3.
51.
Okay, so he has 51 in North
She's
America.
going to over half the shows.
Mm-hmm.
But hold on, I'm confused. So, but those are all the North America shows?
Mm-hmm. And then that's her North American leg. Then he's going to Europe and the UK, and she's from the UK. So obviously she's going to the UK shows. Yeah. I'm like, that is like whenever my mom brings up like, oh Amanda, you're going to so many things, that's what I bring up. I'm like, oh, this girl's going to 32 shows, so 3 versus 32.
I need to double count this. I don't think there's that many shows.
I think there is. Are you counting it?
I'm trying to look on. Wait, where'd you find the picture on Instagram?
Yeah, you go Justice Tour on Instagram and you scroll. I'm pretty sure there's that many shows because there's like 2 in San Jose, 2 in LA. There's 3 Toronto shows.
Sense, yeah.
2 New York shows. Yeah, there's 2 New York shows. I chose night 1 because I feel like the first night is always like the funner night at the things. Like the LA show, like last night he brought out like 3 different guests, and it was night 1. I don't know what he'll do tonight, but and there was like celebrities there, and I was like, oh, there better be a celebrity at New York. I don't even need to meet them. I just need to know I'm in the same room as them. But
imagine
there was
Billie Eilish shows up.
I think I'd like actually like shit myself. Even though they never gave her a rescheduled date, and they're like, we're working on it. But I was like, I gotta work faster because I need to like plan out my life, you know?
I'm just
like,
saying, they better
imagine
just, like, put it that.
I hope so, because I fucking will kill someone if it's when I'm in New York for Justin. Like I'm actually like, I will kill someone because I won't know what to do. Or like, I don't think it'll be this far, but like I'm going to like California in October. Like imagine it's then, but I think that's too far. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be in May, like right after Coachella. So sometime in May. Yeah, maybe. May. Then we can.
I'm like,
would you camp out with me?
Yeah.
To be front, okay.
I mean,
good. Because that's the energy I have. So,
I've been seeing like videos of her tour on TikTok, and just the clips of them singing "Happier Than Ever."
Oh my god, yes, it
so like fun. Gives me the chills, and I'm just like, I just want to experience.
Or like even, have you seen the videos of "Therefore I Am"?
Yeah,
when she like looks into the people's souls. I was like, I'd faint. Yeah. I'd be on the floor.
I have chills right now. I'm just like,
yeah, love that.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, going into our topics for this week,
we just like went on a whole tangent.
Yeah. The Love Is Blind reunion.
I feel like it could have been better.
It could have been better. I feel like if Shake didn't speak so much, maybe we would have heard more from other people.
Yeah.
But like he just like kept intercepting, and like when no one was even talking to him, he just decided to
He's
talk.
like, oh yeah, let's put in my opinion on
Yeah.
something that we already talked about. And
Yeah.
the fact, like he like was screwing up when Shane was just like, what the hell the whole time.
Yeah. Like
And like
everyone
there was
doesn't
like
like him.
there was like a compilation of like videos of just like Shane reacting to whatever Shake would say, and just like because you already know like his facial expressions already,
Mhm.
so like just like seeing those like boom boom boom, it was just hilarious.
And did you see like there's a picture at the end of the reunion where they're all standing together, and like Shane is next to Shake, but like he like literally moves over.
Yeah.
That was so funny. But
Like that says a lot.
yeah, the reunion was like, it was fine. We didn't really find out like anything crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, when Kyle was like, I should have proposed to like Deepti, I was like, oh, this is a lot. And
Yeah,
then when
'cause they
Shake
didn't
was
really,
like,
like,
I'd
show.
love to initiate it, I was like, shut up. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because for Kyle and Deepti, they didn't really show like
mhm.
their experience in the pods together. So I'm like,
Well, Natalie also had someone else propose to her before Shane, and like I would have never known because I only saw her talk to him.
yeah.
So wild.
Yeah,
But
and then just like how Shake was saying how all the girls in the room were beautiful, but he was only attracted to Vanessa.
what
And
are you
then
saying?
Nick was like, "You don't stand a chance, dude." And then when Nick
But I was
said,
like, who says that?
yeah, and then when Nick said that, because you know how like Shake's like, "Oh, we're animals, we're supposed to be
Yeah.
animalistic," and then he was like, "You treat animals, we're human beings." I was just like,
That's so funny.
yeah,
I don't know. I was just like, with this man, like, this was the time to like redeem yourself and like apologize for like what you've said, like whatever. Like maybe that would have like softened the blow or whatever the saying
Yeah.
is. But he literally just kept digging himself a worse and worse hole.
yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah. But I'm happy that Ayana and Jared are still together.
I know.
And honestly, Danielle and Nick look happier. I think like for sure, like I guess with like anxiety, like being on TV and like knowing everyone's gonna like watch you and perceive you, like
Yeah.
she probably was just like adding more stress to herself because now they like genuinely look happy.
Yeah. And he did mention that they went to couples therapy.
Yeah.
So I'm
But
glad that they
I also like landed on TikTok where like people are like, who's gonna tell Nick that he's gay? And I was like, that's so like rude because they were like, oh, he's more feminine than like a masculine man. And I was like, just because someone's more feminine doesn't mean they're gay. And then they were like, oh, like look at the shoes he's wearing. He has to be gay. Like who's gonna tell him? And then like
Yeah.
everyone in the comments were like, oh yeah, like he's for sure gay. Like blah blah blah.
It's
That's why he was
so
sweating so much on the
disrespectful.
wedding day. Yeah. And I was like, yo, people like don't realize that maybe he won't ever read that, but maybe he will. And like I was
Yeah.
like so annoyed because I was like, I hate when people like assume that like feminine men are gay or like more tomboy like women are like lesbian, you know? It's just like
Yeah.
so stereotypical, and I thought like we left that shit like years ago,
Apparently
but I
not.
guess not. But yeah, other than that, like I don't think there's anything like shocking at the reunion.
No, I just got annoyed with Sheena.
Yeah. Oh my god. With her squinting.
Yes, her. I'm like, girl, get some contacts or some glasses.
Like I don't know if she does it on purpose or like that's just her face, but I'm like,
especially
what are
like
you
when
doing?
she pushes like her lips, her
Oh my god,
badly
yeah.
lip injected lips, like.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny. Like it's like she's like trying so hard to listen. It's really funny. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that. There was literally nothing like shocking.
Yeah, I felt like they could have like done better with
Mm-hmm.
the tea.
Definitely. But maybe there wasn't any tea.
I mean, there has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, and then no, I think it was Shane. He had posted on his story saying, "Oh, there's receipts." I'm like, receipts of what?
I think I
Because I
actually
heard
don't know.
he was going on. So Lauren from last season has a podcast, and it's like something titled with receipts. And so Shane put, "I have the receipts." And so I'm like wondering if he's going to be a guest on their podcast.
Maybe Natalie was on it today with Deepti and there was someone else, I think.
Yeah.
But I didn't listen yet.
I listened to one that had Deepti and Shayna.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think it's some guy who used to be on The Bachelor that like hosts the podcast.
And Nick Viall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like the way Shayna was coming off just seemed like she was very stuck up about the whole thing.
You know, it's just weird because like Deepti and Shayna are supposed to be like best friends. Like
I don't think they are.
maybe it was fake.
Yeah, because I saw, because they were on Zoom calls and they were on separate Zoom calls, so they weren't even together. But I did see a picture of like the main five girls of Mallory,
Oh yeah, she
Ilana,
wasn't in there.
and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're all very close," but Shayna was in there, so I'm like,
Well, I wouldn't want to be close with her. She
no,
seems special.
problematic.
She seems like drama. Yeah, like every time, like you'll have drama with her all the time. Like I don't have time for that or energy.
Yeah. Oh, also, I've been watching another show. Have you ever watched How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Okay. Well, I've watched that a million times, and I've been watching How I Met Your Father with Hilary Duff, and Josh Peck is in it,
Let's
and
see.
it's been so cute. I mean, there's only like 9 episodes out so far, and I'm annoyed that it like comes out like once a week. I'm like, just release the whole
Like
damn thing,
Euphoria,
please.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So I'm
hate it
just
now.
I like binged it all Sunday night, and I finished it. I watched yesterday's episode today, and I'm just like, I need more because it's so cute, and like it makes me just feel nostalgic because Hilary Duff's in it,
Love her, yeah.
and I'm just like, oh, the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Yeah, Hilary Duff was my first ever concert.
Was she?
Yeah, I don't remember it at all. Like I have zero memory of it. I was 9 probably. Don't remember it. But I remember she was my first concert, but like no memory. I don't know. I feel like I was so young, but love her.
My first concert was Raven Simone.
Oh my
I think she like had like a concert like at Six Flags,
Oh my
and
god.
my grandpa used to work at Six Flags, and so I would get like season passes for free, and so she had like a random concert there, and I went
So
to go see
funny.
her.
Love that for you.
I'm like, why couldn't it
Disney
have been the
stars.
Cheetah Girls and not just Raven Simone?
She's the most iconic one, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, I don't know how to transition into it. This month
mean-
is Women's History Month. I guess I
And
think that's what it's
today's
called.
and today's International Women's Day.
Yeah. It's just so like funny. I don't really know what I wanted to talk about, so I'll just bring this up. The fact that today all these companies are like posting these things like, oh, like women this, woman that, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's so cringy to me because I'm like, they need this energy every day, not just like one random day or
yeah.
like 1 month. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. But it's
Yeah.
wild.
Speaking of, so every like the beginning of the year, like our state has like their legislative session, like where they go and like pass a bunch of bills. And so one was passed recently where they're taking off the tax on taking off the pink tax, meaning
Okay.
they're taking off like the taxes on like menstrual products and like feminine products and stuff.
Finally.
Like a big step, but it's just
Because
like
I'm pretty sure someone told me condoms don't have taxes.
I don't think so, no.
So like why the fuck did we have to have taxes for fucking like
Tampons and pads.
shit that I didn't ask for? Yeah. Exactly. That's good. I don't know if you pay taxes on it here or not, to be honest.
You just buy it.
I just buy it and I'm like, I need it, so I can't really control it, but
yeah, it's all expensive anyways.
Yeah.
And then I feel like just everything is going up in price. Gas here is so bad
because of the like Russia and Ukraine thing.
Yeah, there's like I feel like there's so many theories going around on why gas is going up. Like someone did this deal back then, so that's why we're affected now.
I don't know, like apparently like it's because we're cutting off like transport and stuff and like money with, well, that's what Canada's doing. Like whatever like exports we have with them, we're like cutting them off in hopes of like them stopping whatever they're doing.
And they still haven't.
No. And it's just apparently getting worse. So
yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, gas here is like over $4 a gallon.
Wow. Here and it's like $2, but like usually it's like under $1. So it's like a jump.
I forget like what the
normal is.
No, like the exchange rate again.
Oh, well, your dollar, like when you come here, you'll be spending less than your dollar, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Okay, so one Canadian, what's like your term? Is it dollar?
Yeah.
Okay, so $1 Canadian is equivalent to like 78 cents here. It's like that's still so cheap for gas.
Yeah, but I guess like compared to like what it usually is, like under $1, going to like $2, it's like
a lot.
A jump.
Yeah. I remember like peak quarantine when gas was like $1.15. It was super cheap.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it just kept going up and up and up. Now we're here.
My bank account just keeps going empty and empty and empty.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
The other day I filled up my car and it was $50 to fill up for gas.
I don't drive, so I don't pay for gas. I pay for a Metro
Same.
card though. So like whatever. But it's not as expensive as like gas.
The car payment and car insurance.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, like I planned on like living in a city in the future, so like I wouldn't really need to drive. Or maybe I just tell myself that. But
I mean, good for you.
yeah.
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 I feel like we just keep going in tangents, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's okay. I didn't really have much to say. I don't know why I put that as a topic. It's just like what I kept seeing everywhere. But I guess we can move on to the last part, which is gonna stress me out.
I don't know why it's gonna stress you
Because
out.
I'm stressed. I've been having such bad like imposter syndrome and like like making up scenarios that haven't happened yet. Okay, so like context. I'm like launching something that I haven't spoken about much yet. In April. I'm not gonna say the exact date, so it could be fun. It'll be like my full-time thing soon, which stresses me out because now I make scenarios in my head like I'm gonna be broke. Oh, like I'm not gonna have any money. Like, oh, like everyone's gonna drop me and stop working with me when I like go full time. All these things that haven't happened. No one's given me like any like reason to think that they're gonna like drop me. Nothing's happened, but it's just like, you know, like when you have so much like self-doubt in your head that like you start making up like all these things. And that's what's happening. And it's literally stressing me out so bad.
When did you like first start your first small business? Like because you had an apparel company for a little while, and then now you have One Candles, which I know you're like taking a break from because of school. So like how early did you start with all that?
So my first apparel company, I was 17. Stopped it after 2 years. Started again when I was 20. And then stopped it again after 2 years. And then I started my candle thing. I think I was 21 or 22.
About 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think I was 21, yeah. So then I started that at 21, taking a break now with school because I'm literally I give myself too many things to do and then like I can't do them all. And then my last thing that I'm launching in April is launching in April. So 2023, basically 24.
Good. I mean, it's good that like you've known you wanted to have like something besides like a traditional job.
Yeah, like I've always known that I wanted to work for myself. Like, well, actually, I haven't
working?
always known that. That was a lie. I always knew like what industry I wanted to work in, but I personally never thought that I could work for myself full time because I always was like, it'll never work. Like, it just won't work. And one day I was like, you know what? Like, you won't know until I try. And if it doesn't work, I have a degree to fall back on, and I have like other things that I am interested in. It's just like I just need to fucking get over myself and just do it.
I mean, I feel like once you're in it, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah, and
like
I feel
after
like
you launch.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'll have more because right now I'm like, oh my God, like I can't do all this. Like I have school, I have this, I have that. But like I have to think about the fact that like sooner or later I won't have like my part-time job that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I won't have school. So I'll only have that. And I was talking to this girl named Nina on my other podcast, and like she told me that the moment like she quit her part-time job to do content creation full time is when everything started falling into place because you don't have like a backup basically. Like you have to like work to get money. So like you have that motivation, but like when you're doing like a part-time job and everything while you're doing the other things, you still have like something to fall back on. Yeah. So like when you quit whatever you're doing, like it's your only thing. So like you're more motivated. And I was like, hey, I hope so.
So like I've like been this is kind of like an idea I've had for for a while. So I've like always wanted to like start like my own small business, but like I never like knew in what.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to pick.
Yeah, and like I didn't want to like make it seem like I was copying you because I definitely like it's not my intention at all.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't think that.
And
oh my God, why are you copying me?
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just want to be like Amanda, okay?
My fans.
Anyway, so I am also in like the small works of like creating my own like little candle business. I've like ordered some of the supplies and stuff, and like I've been like watching a bunch of like YouTube videos and researching. It's kind of stressful.
It's stressful until you start making it's stressful the first few ones you make. Like obviously I wouldn't sell the first few ones you make. Burn them first because I'm gonna like test them. Yeah, but like once you start making them, like you'll be more comfortable.
Yeah. So like I was wondering, like, what are like some tips that you know
Mhm.
now that you would like give to someone who's like starting a small business like that?
The first thing I would do is like what I did wrong was the scents that I used the first time around were these like really like extravagant, weird, not weird, but like not like typical scents. So like when no one knows who you are and then you start selling things that like aren't kind of niche, like I don't remember what they were, but they were like these flowery scents, I think. I would start off with scents that like everyone likes, like, you know, like I don't know, coffee or like vanilla or some stuff like that, because like that's like something that people are familiar with. So when they
Yeah.
don't know your brand or like who you are, if there's something familiar to them, like they'll be more inclined to like get it. What else? Put me on the spot. Let me think. Um, I'd also say to not like be down on yourself or like be hard on yourself if like you don't see as many orders come in like first times that you like post stuff, or like I don't know if you're gonna do it in person or not.
Yeah.
But like yeah, because it takes time to like start selling and like stuff like that. And I would say Instagram is like your number one source to like market yourself and like post it, and like the pictures need to like look somewhat aesthetic, not or like nice, I guess. Because I mean, I don't know if you're like me, but if I go on Instagram or like even like when I look at like random ass apartments that I'm not trying to get, like if
Oh,
the
I know, me
pictures are
too.
not like eye catching to me, like I'll just close it right away. So I feel
Yeah.
like that's something that I didn't really realize at first until like afterwards, was like I was posting pictures that are like they weren't ugly, but they weren't like
Best.
eye catching either. Like I wouldn't personally like keep scrolling on my page. So that's something I realized too. But yeah, that's my kind of tips that I would have.
Yeah. So I'm excited to like at least start making them
hmm
and like see where I go from there. But yeah, that's all I really want to talk about.
Honestly, same. Yeah.
It's kind of
One
like
other
gives
thing
like
for candles. I mean, I'm sure they've said this in the videos already, but I've screwed up, so I'll just share. I don't know. Some of the videos told me to, for like the wick to stick to the bottom, to just pour wax on it and then let it dry. Don't do that. Get like stickers to put at the bottom of it and stick that down, because I did it with the wax, and what happens was when it starts like when the wax starts melting, the wick starts moving. So then the wick moved places.
oh, okay, gotcha.
So I did
Yeah,
that,
I
and
ordered wick stickers.
okay, good, because some people in the YouTube videos were like, "Oh, like you could just do this." I'm like, "Oh, okay, like if I don't need it, I'm not gonna get it."
Yeah, I know the
Yeah, no,
guy was like, get wick stickers. He will
yeah.
be your best
So
friend.
that's one thing. I also have like a heat gun, because
Mhm.
sometimes like it's not gonna be like layered perfectly, so you can heat that up. And yeah, that's my 2 tips.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yes. Show me pictures when you make one, even if it's not. Then mine was really ugly when I first started, so it's like
Yeah.
the first few ones are not going to be like the prettiest things, but like they'll still work. So
Yeah. They'll
yeah,
be for my use only.
yeah, exactly. I still have some that like were my first ones, and they're just like chilling here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had to talk about too. You could do the honors of closing it out.
I never know how to close it out. You always do it better. So, thank you guys for listening. Please give us a review on both Spotify and Apple
hmm
Apple
Well,
Apple Pod,
podcast.
Apple Podcasts. I never know like which Apple is because I know there's like Apple Music and then Apple
Yeah,
Podcasts. I'm like, why not just put it on the same
I know.
platform? Yeah, so give us a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at the Zillennial Girl Talk. Also watch us on YouTube. But yeah, we will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.